dirty and they break and they don't clean it, and they barely fill the waters, barely fill up. You know, there's barely any water in it. It's awful.
Well, this one is efficient where if you put it as normal, it only does a little bit of water. But I always do heavy duty, so it feels I waste the water.
Yeah, I want water on my clothes.
Right.
You hear me?
My water bill almost $200 a month.
Dang.
Messing with them, wasting water.
Right. The clothes. Thank you.
Boy got a family of 5 and 6. That's laundry for 5, 6 people, bro.
Twice at the same time, like because it's been 10, but you know.
Oh, chill. Let laundry sit for like more than an hour. You gotta wash it again. I'm like,
you gotta smell it first. If it don't smell, you good.
No, a lot of times it's all right.
It's good. You gotta get the clothes at the way bottom of that.
Yeah, you gotta smell it. Yeah.
Just throw an extra dryer sheet in there. It'd be all right.
Disgusting. Boy, putting on a shirt smelling like mildew. Like,
I got
but
some
what
cologne.
I noticed though, if I open the washer as soon as it's done, and if I don't necessarily move the clothes, they don't smell. Like, they still smell like laundry soap. But I think when you keep it enclosed, yeah, it's gonna start feeling up.
Sabbath peace.
Sabbath peace.
It's another opportunity for us to come together and hear and learn of the word of truth that's given to us by the Most High God. All honor goes to the Father through the Son, whose name is Yahuah. In him lies the only hope for salvation. We know that it is obtained by grace through faith, not of works, lest anyone should boast, and given freely as a gift to all who obey him. We understand that if you do not obey him, it is made manifest or made obvious that you do not believe. In this state, you should expect no good thing from the Most High. However, anything that you do get, whether it be a gift of tongues, a gift of prophecy, or supernatural experience that you may
have, it can and it will.
It can and it will be used against you in the day of judgment. With that said, peace to the saints that are in the room, to the saints that couldn't make it, to the saints watching on the camera, to the saints in the chat, the saints scattered around the world that we don't know about, but no peace to the wicked. The only thing we say to them is repent, that they might live. Brother Daniel's supposed to be coming, I think. So if he texts you, you know what I'm saying? I probably won't see it. I ain't got no kids in here. All right. So y'all got to help me out. What book? What verse? Baby, give me a book. You ain't got to try to do, you know what I'm saying? Just,
you said every Bible study.
It could be any book, though. All right. First or second? All right. 2 Peter. What verse, Tia? Or what chapter? In 2 Peter, you only got 3.
You gotta say 3. 10.
All right. 2 Peter chapter 2. What verse? I don't know how many. 7. This 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. Let's see what the book say.
We will do verse 4.
You can't change what she said.
All right, fine. Eli, tell Ezra it's time to come in. No more outside.
All right, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. Let's see what the book say.
For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished.
It's a separation, right? We stand right next to people, but the Most High God know how to separate us. We about to read that when we get to Exodus. How the Most High God, he put plagues on all the Egyptians. We right into Egypt with them. But a lot of them plagues, he separated us. He made it so that the plagues hit the Egyptians, but did not hit the Hebrews. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness, and despite government, Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not.
Right? They talk about stuff that they don't know. They talk about stuff that they don't get. He's telling you, even the angels have enough sense to shut their darn mouth and just say, you know what, although I know for a fact this demon is wrong, I'm still going to say, Yahuah, you rebuke him. Even the angels know, they got enough sense to say, I'm not about to try to speak directly to the demon. That don't make sense. Yahuah, you rebuke them. Because there's a standard that got to be set. Like the Most High God give us a standard. And then we say, okay, you know what? I'm going to follow that standard that you have. The folks that don't follow that standard is the folks he's talking about. But the ones he's talking about now, they just run their darn mouth. They just say whatever they want to say. Keep going. Watch this.
But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are, and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls.
And they cannot what?
Cease from sin.
They said cannot cease from sin. That's why you can't accept what these Christians be talking about. When they say it's impossible to stop sinning, it's like, well, no, that puts you in the wrong category. He talking about people that cannot cease from sin. Read it again. Read the verse before it.
Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin. Beguiling unstable souls, a heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed
He said beguiling what?
So unstable souls.
What makes a person unstable? What makes a person? Well, okay. Well, let's play into that. What's trauma? What is trauma? Right, trauma is an event. But what is that? What makes trauma notable? You have an event that then evokes emotion out of you. Right? There's some events or some series of events that then triggers emotion from you. Right? So the trauma is not really the problem. What's the problem? When a person has a trauma issue, what ends up being the problem? It's not the actual event that triggers an emotion. It's their reaction, ain't it? So they call it a traumatic reaction. Right? So you have this traumatic event that you went through. And now every time you have something that reminds you of that traumatic event, you've learned to cope with that traumatic event by doing something. Right? My parents always shut the room on me. It's not true. But they always shut me in the room whenever I spoke too much. Whenever I spoke in front of adults. They say, go to your darn room. And they shut the room. They leave me in there for 13 hours. Right? So now the way I cope is when I'm around people that I feel inferior to, you know what I do? I shut up. That's my trauma response. Because when I'm around people that I feel inferior to, it triggers that emotion of, oh crap, I'm going to get shut down in my room. Even though I know that's not true in this event because I'm at work, right? But because that trauma event, it causes me to think that way whenever I get the feeling that I'm talking to somebody that reminds me of my parents or that reminds me of authority, right? That trauma event tells me, shut up. So then I have problems with communication. So I get written up at work and say, you have to communicate better. You have to do this part of your job. And I tell them, you know what? It's trauma. Now, I don't have to react that way. I can feel the trauma. And I can say, you know what? This reminds me of my mom when she used to lock me in a room every time I run my darn mouth around adults. I could always say that. But then I can say, you know what? I feel that feeling. I'm going to speak anyway. I'm going to push against it. I'm going to make sure that this is separate. I'm going to make sure that this is not the same thing. Because I know I'm not going to get locked in my room. Right? And I'll push against the trauma. So what happens is you have a trauma, you have an emotional response to that trauma, and then you have a reaction to that emotion, right? That's what makes people unstable. Not the trauma, not the emotion by itself, but our reaction, our choices based off of what we feel. You had a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Verse 9. Let me see what verse 9 says.
The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the reserve the unjust?
And he knows how to separate the righteous from the unrighteous, right? From the sheep from the goats on that day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grab Matthew chapter 13. This is Matthew chapter 13. What was your other two questions, though? It's Matthew chapter 13. Give me verse. I'm going to just say verse 13. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong. Look, Matthew 13:13. It sounds like it's something. You know what I'm saying? That thing sound good. It's not 13. That's right. I rebuke you, devil, or I rebuke you. Same, yeah. Yeah. Like what we're supposed to do is like what the angels did. Yahuah, you rebuke them. Right? So we can pray to the Most High God and say rebuke. Or we could say, we could speak openly and say, I want Yahuah to rebuke whatever this is. Right? But no, we shouldn't be communicating with no demon because we don't understand it. We don't know nothing about it. I think it's saying I think when they say Noah was a preacher of righteousness, I think it's talking about actual preacher. I think he was walking around. We don't have that documented in our book, but that is documented in the book of, I think it's
Enoch.
in the book of Enoch.
I think
it's
Noah,
in there.
Enoch, Methuselah. I think Noah learned from from them. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was going around telling people like, no, you need to get it together, and people just wasn't listening to him. This is Matthew. This is chapter 13. I mean, chapter 13. What verse? I know that. You know what I want, wheat and tear.
Mm-hmm. We'll do verse 24.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. The sister, because the sister asked, she said, what exactly is it talking about when it's talking about reserving the unrighteousness for the day of judgment? So we're gonna take a look at Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. Watch what the book say.
Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, did not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then has it tares? And he said unto them, An enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together
He
until the
said, do what
harvest.
now?
Let both grow together
He
until the
said, let
harvest.
both do what?
Grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles, and burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn.
Get them tares up out of here. But wait until the end. That's what he's saying there. He's saying, I know how to preserve. He telling the Most High God know how to preserve and wait until the end. And at the end, he'll judge everybody. He'll take care of everybody. He'll clean this whole thing up. But he's waiting to the very end to put forth the judgment. Right? So we look at that and we look at, as a wheat, you got to be able to stand strong and stick to the standard that a wheat has. Whereas a tare, on the other hand, he don't have no standard. A tare can do whatever he wants to do. As a wheat, we have to have a standard. And a standard allows us to say, you know what? No, the Most High God wouldn't be pleased by this. A tare can just say, you know what I'm saying? A tare can come up with whatever they want in their mind. And everybody think they right. Ain't that what grab Proverbs 16. Everybody think they right. This Proverbs 16, give me verse we can start at verse 1. It's Proverbs 16, verse 1.
The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from Yahuah. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Yahuah weighs the spirits.
Look at it. He said the preparation of the. Say that. Read that first one again.
The preparations
I
of
want
the
the
heart.
second one. Read this first one again. Watch this.
The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from Yahuah.
Right. So he's saying the preparation. What he's really saying is, you have something going on. Y'all remember? So we just read. We just read about Joseph. And I think it was chapter 50, verse 20. I think we don't have to get it, but chapter 50, verse 20. Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. I think the brothers came to Joseph after Jacob died. And they were saying, listen, you know what I'm saying? We gonna mess around and get killed because now our dad ain't here to protect us. And Joseph is gonna want some vengeance for what we did to him. And so Joseph was looking at him like, nah, man, what y'all meant for evil, God turned it for good. And now I'm saving a bunch of people alive, is what he said. Right? And so that's kind of what this is saying here. Right? Proverbs 1 is saying, in your mind, you had some plan. But watch what happened after that. The second part of that verse.
All the ways of a man are clean.
No. Wait. Verse 1.
And the answer of the tongue is from Yahuah.
Right? So it's like you got something planned, but the way it play out, the way it actually come out is actually from Yahuah. So that's what it was. They had a plan to put their brother, you know what I'm saying, put him in, you know what I'm saying, they put him in the pit. That was their plan. To sell him, that was their plan. But what ended up happening was the Most High God ended up speaking. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes.
In his own life. Listen, every person in their own eyes, man, I'm clean. We can think of the most vile person. You might be like, I can't believe, you know, everybody be judging somebody, right? So you be like, I could never, ever see myself cussing at my kids and calling them out their name, right? But the person that say that, although they don't cuss at their kids and call them out their name, you know what they say? I mean, I be cussing. And I even cuss around my kids. But I never call them, like cuss at them and call them out their name. So that's the line that they drew right next to what they do. So they say, what I'm doing is okay. If I step over that line, now that's just too much. You cuss at your kids and call them out their name? No, I can see cussing around them, but goodness gracious. Then it's the person that don't cuss around their kids at all. So they be like, you know what, I be cussing, but I never let my kids hear me cuss. My kids ain't never heard me cuss. I be cussing though, but I never let my kids. That's just going too far. So they draw the line right there. So they look down at the person that cuss in front of their kids, but don't cuss at their kids. Then you got somebody who got a standard from the Most High God. And they say, I just don't cuss. I don't have to draw an arbitrary line wherever I'm standing. The line is already drawn for me. We move the line to fit where we are, whereas the Most High God says you need to move yourself to fit where the line is. And that's the difference. We make everything right in our mind just because we look at what's comfortable for me, what's convenient for me, what do I want to do, what do I not want to do, and then we draw the line right there and say anything beyond that is just too far. It's like, come on with that. Watch this. Read it again, verse 2.
All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahuah weighs the spirits. Commit thy works unto Yahuah, and thy thoughts shall be established. Yahuah has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
He said he made all things for himself. He even made the wicked, and the wicked is for the day of the evil, right? That goes back to what we was reading in 2 Peter, right? Because he said, I know how to preserve the unrighteous for judgment. He said, even the wicked is for the day of evil. Watch, keep going. Whole book say the same thing.
Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahuah.
What's that, verse 5?
Yeah. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished.
Grab Deuteronomy 29. It's Deuteronomy 29. Jump on down to verse 10. It's Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 10. It's Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 10. Watch what the book say.
Ye stand this day, all of you, before Yahuah your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into covenant with Yahuah thy God, and into his oath, which Yahuah thy God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath.
He said, neither with you only. Who else he make it with? Let's see.
But with him that standeth here with us this day before Yahuah our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day.
That got everybody. You know what I'm saying? You see how slick God is? Most High God just throw you in. You wasn't even there. You ain't had nothing to do with it. Most High God said it's still with you. He said it's not just, look, it's with everybody who here. The Most High God could have, he's slick. He could have just said, I'm making a covenant with everybody. He said, no. It's with everybody who here. And you ain't even got to be there and you under. Keep going. Watch this.
For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by. And ye have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turneth away this day from Yahuah our God, to go and serve the gods of these nations. Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood. And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart.
Look what he do. Look, he hear the words. You read this book. It tell you what's about to happen. It tell you what the lines are. It tell you what the standard is. It tell you what happens if you don't keep the standard. And look what we do in our head.
And he blessed himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart, to add drunkenness to thirst.
You know what that means? Every way in his mind is right. He in the imagination, the book tell you, if you do this, you gonna be cursed. He read it and say, I'm gonna have peace. Because now you have rewritten the book in your head. And you've now drawn a new line. You said what the line that the Most High God drew wasn't right. And then you drew your own line. What did he tell Job? He said, would you do, he told, Most High God told Job, would you disannul? You know what I'm saying? Would you disannul my word just to make yourself right? That's what we do. Anytime that we read the book, we know what it say. And then we say, that's not what it means. At that point, you saying, I don't like what you did, God. I want to do something different. That's what all these denominations have done. My brother asked me yesterday, because my mom lived right next to some Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? I see the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? But I know they one of them alphabet letter dudes. You know what I'm saying? I already know. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into it with the boys. I avoid them, avoid all them comments. I ain't never, to this day, I ain't never had a Bible conversation with them boys. But they always showing them our videos. So my brother was like, I don't know why they don't be wanting to watch your videos. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, because they've seen them. You know what I'm saying? Because they see them. They know what we talking about, but it's different from what they talking about. He was like, y'all not the same? He was like, I know they wear the purple things and everything, but y'all not the same. I was like, no, not at all. So I started trying to tell them like what they believe. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, people believe this and we believe that. He was like, oh, I got it. So what you saying is it's just right up whatever's in the book, that's what you go. I was like, it's that simple, bro. It's that simple. If it's there, that's what we going with. And I was like, now they gonna tell you the same thing. But all you gotta do is read it enough. All you gotta do is read it enough, and you gonna see where they gonna be like, that's not what that means. See, brother, you can't. You know what they're gonna say. As soon as you get to hear the brother start talking about, see, brother, you can't listen to Paul. Because Paul didn't, you know what I'm saying? Paul ain't the Messiah. That was as soon as you hear that, be like, okay, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Gotta understand. All right, for sure. I see where we going.
But the Messiah sent him though, but in his place, but okay.
You know what I mean? It's like what you want from me? You know what I'm saying? What you want from me? I don't know. Don't believe what you. Why you gotta call it? Why you gotta pretend like you reading my book though? You know what I'm saying? Go do something else. Go make up your own book. Go make up your own religion. Go do what you want to do. Nobody is telling you gotta obey God. Go do what you want to do. Why you gotta make people believe that you obeying God when you doing it? Is you in the imagination of your own heart? This First Timothy chapter 6. These people rebel against God. They fight against God. Excuse me. It's First Timothy chapter 6. What? Oh, First Timothy chapter 6, verse 1.
Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed.
Mm-hmm.
And they that have believing masters, let them not
Jump
despise
on down
them.
to verse 4.
He is proud. Wait, was okay. We'll do 3.
3.
Yeah.
It's First Timothy chapter 6, verse 3.
If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahushua the Messiah,
They
and
rebellious.
to the doctrine which is according to godliness.
That means that they look at it and in the imagination in their own heart, they say, I'm going to have peace. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gets to teaching something other than what the Messiah taught, that means they looking at it and they saying, I'm going to have peace. You are a liar, you in your imagination. Keep going. Watch this.
He is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings.
You think I'm going to sit here and argue with these Hebrew Israelites? Look, I ain't got no problem with the brother. But you think I'm about to sit here next to my mama house outside arguing Bible with these boys? Man, please. If y'all got a question, you let me. I ain't got time for none of this stuff. Right? If I know the book is right in front, look. If I know the book is available to both of us, you say you read it, I say I read it. I'm taking it. I know for a fact because I'm me. I'm taking it exactly as it's written. Right? And you come up with a different conclusion. There's only a couple possibilities. You're lying about reading it. You're telling the truth about reading it, but you're twisting it intentionally. Or you telling the truth about reading it and the Most High God just ain't revealed it to you. Guess how many of these can I do something about? So look, if that's what you get out of it, you know what I'm saying? Go for it. You sure? You know what I'm saying? Look, this is what it said. This is what it said. No, brother, this is what it said. You're positive that's what you see. Okay, for sure. Now, if you doubt, if you looking like, I don't know, brother, when I look at this, I kind of get a different thing. That's different. We can talk all day. We can talk all day if you're not sure. But if you, because I'm sure about what I read. So if I'm wrong about what I'm reading, guess who I got to deal with? Most High God. Most High God. If I'm not sure about what I read, now there's room for correction. Right? So then, y'all know y'all ask me questions all the time. I'll be like, I don't know nothing about that. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not sure about it, guess what I'm going to say? I'm not sure. I'm not going to pretend I'm not sure about something that's clearly right there just because it offends your dog. That don't make sense. Just because I want to keep a brother. I'd rather be able to wear a purple suit too. But you know what? I'm just going to act like that might say something different just so I could be a part of this group. I mean, if you watch their videos of Passover, way more cracking. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Them boy be having fun. They in there. One boy, he had a mic and he started rapping this Jesus song and he rapping that thing. And I was looking like, bro, that thing look. What the kids say? Lit? That thing look lit. That thing look nice. Them boys up in there having fun. All the women, you know what I'm saying, got on their night. They were, you know what I'm saying? You know how we used to do Easter? They do the Hebrew like they got on nice gowns. You know what I'm saying? And they got all they darn fringes is nice and gold and shiny. Them boy, they look nice. I'm dead serious. They look nice. It looks, when I look at it, I be like, man, that's the place to be. But then the word come on my mind, be like, yeah, Yeah. What's better, to look nice or, you know what I mean? Because it look nice. It looks fun. Great community. It's a ton of them. You know what I'm saying? They connected from California all the way to New York. They even overseas. So it's like no matter where you go, you got community. Right? But at the same time, if the word ain't being taught right, do I want to sacrifice the word for community? And that's a decision that people got to make. Keep going. Watch this.
He is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself.
Listen,
But godliness
a
with
lot of times
contentment.
that's what this come from. A lot of times that's what this stuff come from. It come from a mindset of gain. Right? We talk about all the time, like the pastors. The pastors, in my personal opinion, I believe a lot of them start off right. I think they start off with like the Most High God gave me an understanding that most people don't have. So therefore, I feel compelled to teach. And so then they teach, and then they start having people come, and then they say, okay, well, we need to fund a bigger place than my living room because too many people are coming now. So then they go rent out the school. And then it's like, okay, well, we get more people in. We doing the Lord's work. They say, okay, we need something bigger than this. So then they go get a little office space, and then they fill that up, and they get more money, and then they get this. But then to keep that thing going, I have to keep teaching people the easy part. I can't challenge people because I got to get more. My goal is get more people in, because more people equals more people in the kingdom. But then also that equals more money to fund my building. And at some point in that process, they lose the priority of the word, not the priority of more people versus more money. You've already lost if you either one of those. You lose the priority of the unfiltered word, right? The word has to be raw. It has to be whatever the words say, that's what go. And at some point you start to sacrifice that and say, you know what? It's more, it's like Billy Graham say, it's more important. He's like, there's plenty of people that'll teach the severity of God. I want to teach the love of God. It's like that's pretty convenient. You mega church man, that's pretty freaking convenient. Like, don't you think I want to say like I would love? Let me tell you something. If I only had to come in here and talk about how good and nice God is to everybody, and I can make a little money doing it, are you out of your mind? But you can't do that. This is like you can't. This is not a game. Like, do you not fear God? You can't do that. And so that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. That's what a lot of this stuff comes from in our life. Right? In our life, we compromise our own morals simply for gain. We get here and we like, okay, all right, I just started this job, but this ain't enough. I gotta pay my rent. I gotta pay my rent. Like I'm gonna do that. I gotta pay my rent. I'm only an entry level employee right now. Gotta pay my rent. I gotta move up. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. Then you move up, and then you move up, and then you find out, oh, when you get this high, they play nasty games. I gotta lie about this. I gotta protect this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. And these people, if you don't play that game, they won't let you in. They will not let you in. They will sit here. You will get stalled out in your career if you don't play the game. If they look at you and they looking like, nah, he ain't down for it. They know you don't. They know you don't sin. They know it. They look at you and be like, man, he ain't gonna go along. If the CEO call us out and ask us why, he'll mess around and tell them the truth. They know that about you. So you know what they say? No. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want him on my team. I don't want him in this section. I don't want him in this meeting because if he hear too much, he might tell it. You a snitch to them. That's how it works. And so you get closed off. So you got to make a decision and say, and you know how we think. We get to thinking, man, I got to put money. I got to put food on the table for my kids. That's where it starts. I have to put food on the table for my kids. That's where it starts. Then after that, guess what it is? After that, after there's food on the table for my kids, then it's, okay, my kid's good, but I got to buy my mama a house. Then after that, after I got to buy my mama a house, okay, I got enough money. I bought my mama a house. I put food on the table for my kids. But my mind said I gotta keep going. So you know what? Now I gotta make sure my kids is taken care of. I got it saved up for there. I want to make sure, boom. You're gonna keep coming up with something that sounds good to give yourself an excuse for greed. That's all it really is. It's the same thing on the streets. When you're on the streets, man, I can't look at my mama try to make ends meet to pay these bills. So yeah, I got out there and I did my thing. Man, I had to do it. My sister was hungry. Now you getting money. You know what I'm saying? Passing it around, you getting money. And then somebody try to go, you know what our excuse is? Man, you trying to take money out my kids' pocket. You trying to take food out my kids' plate. So then that justifies it. Now I'm gonna kill this boy. Because we trick ourselves into greed. That's where a lot of this stuff come from. Just gain. This unfiltered like thought of I need more. And that gets out of hand. You can't control that. That's what he's talking about right now. Watch this.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Ooh. If you godly and you content, man, what did he say? He said godliness, one, with what?
With contentment.
Is what?
Is great gain.
So if I really want gain, there's two ways to get gain. Right? There's two ways to have gain. I can say, man, you trying to take money out my kids' pocket. And I can go out there and knock something over and get to it. Right? Or I can say, I have this, I have that. It's good enough. I'll just wait. And guess what happens? If you godly with it, the Most High God is going to elevate you. If you godly with it, it might take a little bit more time. It may not be at the speed that you want, but the Most High God will say, no, that's appropriate, and move it up. And then you're going to see stuff fall in your lap. It's just like, I didn't even want that. I didn't even ask for that. I didn't even know about this. I didn't even know this was possible. I remember I was working at my job knowing I'm underpaid. I was underpaid for so long, knowing it though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody used to whisper, you know what I'm saying? You know, people get cocky at a certain level. So I'm moving up in the company, but I didn't know at first that they were giving me pennies when I'm moving up. I'm moving up thinking like, okay, well, I'll take it. A couple extra $1,000. I'll take it. Thank you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Just walking in there. And then people just got to whispering. They're like, oh, yeah, I mean, at this level, I would never take anything less than this. We interviewing people. I'm like, sheesh, they ask for more money than I make. They look at me like, I was like, make more than y'all looking at that like that's peanuts. Y'all make more than me. We the same position. There's one person, I was higher position than them. And they made more than me. And I'm looking like, you're kidding me. I'm looking like, that's cool. So this other girl, same position as me, also underpaid like me, she freaked out. She freaked out, started complaining, tripping at work, causing drama. She left the department, still was mad over there, left the company, all this stuff, right? Me, I just said, I agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like they did put it in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And it was in my ignorance thinking that's what everybody get paid. I didn't ask no questions. I didn't say, is this competitive? I didn't go do no research. I just said, I'll take it because my broke butt needed whatever I can get. So that's my fault. I'll take it, right? So I did, whatever. And I sat with it. Still worked hard. Matter of fact, worked a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, somebody come tap me. We could really use you over in the UAT department. I'm looking like, man, I don't know nothing about no UAT. Never went to school. Ain't never done no UAT. What are you talking about? You can use me. What are you talking about? No, I'm not interested in that. I'm a stick and fraud. This is what I do. It's like, but I mean, we can get you up to 6 figures. We can do this, that, and the other. And they start throwing away all these darn numbers. I'm looking like, well,
So you said what?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me talk to you now. Yeah, you said you. Let me Google that. Yeah, let me see. It can't be too difficult. Let me see. I look at her there like, don't worry, we'll teach you everything you need to know. But your mind is what we need over there. Brought me over there, took care of me, got me where I'm supposed to be, and now it's different. Now it's different. Now I'm the guy that I was looking up to. That was like, oh, you make more than me. Now I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I didn't ask for none of it. I didn't fight for none of it. I didn't do nothing. It just comes. And the only reason it comes is because I'm not focused on trying to get more and trying to do more and trying to get the best and make sure I got the top paycheck and make sure I got the best this and the best that. No, just give me what I got. Let me focus on the book. Let me get out of here every day. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I'm doing my part. Let me make sure I'm honest. Let me make sure I ain't cheating nobody. And let me just get to it. That's it. Right? And it will come. The Most High God will make it come. And I'm not saying that just because it happened to me. I'm saying that because that's what the book say. If it just happened to me, it wouldn't mean nothing. I'm just telling you that's what the book say. Read again. Watch this.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Mm-hmm.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
He said we brought nothing into this world. And he said it is certain that we can carry nothing out. So why am I fighting to get all of this extra stuff? Why would I? It's not having extra stuff is fine. There's nothing wrong with having. You know how much stuff that Abraham had? It ain't nothing wrong with having extra. Why am I fighting to get a bunch of extra stuff? Why am I making that? Why would I compromise the integrity that the Most High God gave me to get more stuff? It doesn't make sense if I can't take it. If that's the case, I take whatever I got. Let me make sure we cover. What's the basics? Watch what he said.
And having food and raiment.
Having what?
Food and raiment.
Where we get that from? Having food and raiment. Where do we get that from?
Jacob.
Ain't that what Jacob said? Ain't that the agreement that Jacob made with the Most High God when his scary butt was running from Esau? Hey, when he was trying to get out of Dodge from Esau told him, man, I'm about to kill that boy for taking my blessing. That's what Esau told him. Or that's what he said. Word got back to his mama, right? His mama, Rebecca. Rebecca heard about Esau saying, I'm going to kill that boy for taking my blessing. Rebecca called Jacob. She's like, okay, listen, you need to go to my brother town. I'm going to talk to your daddy. We going to send you out there to get a wife, but you just chill out for a while until your brother calm down because he's going to kill you. And you know he about that. Like she knew her son was about, you know how parents be knowing they son. They be knowing, so it's like she know her son about that boy. Hunter, he be out there catching the venison, hitting him with the bow. She know he bad with a bow. And she know what he gonna do. He gonna be like, oh no, I was just hunting. I don't know how Jacob got hit. She don't know. She don't know. The blessing on who? Oh, that was part of his blessing. Yeah, that's right. Right? She knew that. He gonna knock him off. Whack him. You know what I'm saying? So then she is like, look, get out of Dodge and go. So when Jacob was running and he was trying to figure it out, he stopped at a place called Love. Right? And when he got there, he had a dream. Most High God gave him a dream, a ladder's going up and down. I mean, a ladder and angels going up and down. So he called the place House of God, Bethel in Hebrew. Right? So he called it House of God. At that moment, he made a deal with the Most High God. He said, listen, if you can keep me in the way, in other words, if you don't let me die, if you don't let my brother kill me, right? If you can keep me in the way and you give me food and you give me clothes, then you are my God. That's it. So it's no accident that when the Most High God, when Yahuah is teaching us to pray, what does he say?
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread. Because that is the deal that his father made. And I ain't talking about Yah. I'm talking about Jacob. He has to tie it back to the deal. Yah, if you give us this day our daily bread, that's enough. I don't think listen, as long as we got something to eat and as long as we got clothes on our back, I don't even see nothing to complain about. Because that's the deal that was set up for us. Once we reprogram our expectations, it's different. When we get to expecting stuff, and I deserve this, and I should have this, and there's no reason why I don't have this, and it's not fair because they got this, and it's that. Once we start with that mindset, then of course you're going to want to knock somebody over. Of course you're going to want to cheat. Of course you're going to want to lie. because you think you deserve more than what you deserve. But when you look at it like, do I got clothes and do I got food? Okay, well, then I'm doing way better than I was supposed to be doing. Now it's different. You're not comparing yourself to anybody else. And when you compare yourself to other people, you're drawing a line. And you control where that line is based off of the next person you see versus this person. Then it's this person. Then it's this situation. Then it's this person on TV. And you're just going to spend the rest of your life drawing lines, never being satisfied. Right? But when you have a line that don't move, which is the word of the Most High God, that line doesn't move. All you got to do is make sure you're on the right side of that line. You don't have to move. It's stable. It is unstable when you have to continuously draw different lines. Nobody can expect where you're going to be. That's what makes us unstable. Keep going. Watch what the book says. Then after that, we went to Psalm 49.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
This is Psalm 49. Hold on, read that one more time. Because I don't want people will make it seem like having a lot is a sin. That's not what we're saying. Read that one more time so we can parse out what he's saying.
But they that will be rich fall into
They that what?
Will be rich.
Will. So what we think when we say will, we saying it's gonna happen. That's not what he's saying.
Wish to
they
be.
That will be rich. He's saying they that are putting their focus on the riches are what?
Fall into temptation and a snare.
It's a trap. What's a snare? A trap. It is a trap. So if you focus on the money, if you focus on more members, if you focus on more of this and more of that and more of that, you end up walking yourself into a trap. Whereas if you focus on what the Most High God has for you, then he'll add these things to you. This is Psalm 49. What's the matter? Where's your mom? All right. I'm on my way. This is Psalm 49, verse 1. It's Psalm 49, verse 1.
Hear this, all ye people. Give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together.
Mm-hmm.
My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark saying upon the harp. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about?
Okay.
They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him.
Right.
For the redemption of their soul is precious, as it ceases forever. That he should still live forever and not see corruption.
Mm-hmm.
For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others.
Mm-hmm.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. This their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. Selah. Like sheep they are laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning.
Watch this.
And their beauty shall consume in the grave for their dwelling.
Mm-hmm.
But God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave.
What do you think he's talking about? He's talking about the resurrection. Watch this. Keep going.
For he shall receive me. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased.
Mm-hmm.
For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away.
He said, when he died, what's going to happen?
He shall carry nothing away.
Man, don't fear these people because they got more. What I'm going to fear these people that got more? When they die, they carry nothing away. When I die, I get resurrected. What sense does that make? Keep going. Watch this.
His glory shall not descend after him. Though whiles he lived, he blessed his soul, and men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself.
Mm-hmm.
He shall go to the generation of his fathers, they shall never see light. Man that is in honor and understanding not is like the beasts that perish.
We have to have the Most High God as our standard. That's what we got from our Father. That's what we've been reading about. We've been reading examples of people who had the Most High God as their standard. If we look at, go to Genesis 35. Genesis 35, let's look at Jacob. This is Genesis chapter 35. Let's start at verse 1. Because sometimes we get unstable. Sometimes things happen, right? And it shifts us and it moves us. I might have trauma that my kids don't eat. You know why? Because when I was growing up, bro, you know what I'm saying? I look in the refrigerator. Who said? Somebody said days. I think it was on the Joe Budden podcast. He said it was days. My homeboy told me it was days. He opened it up and it wasn't nothing but a head of cabbage and ketchup. I said, goodness gracious. I said, that thing bad. That thing bad. You know what I'm saying? But that can develop a trauma. If you grow up and too many times you look in your refrigerator and there's nothing, and you watch your parents or your mom stressed over it, feel bad over it because they really can't make nothing happen. You know what I'm saying? And you feel guilty asking them for something. And then they tell you no, but you feel bad for them because you know they only telling you no because they literally can't do it. What you think that do? That develops a trauma. No, I don't want to ask you for nothing, man. I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want to put you in that position. I'm going to go get it on my own. Then you go out to the streets and you go do it. All this stuff make you, but you know what? I turn my life around. I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not selling no more drugs. I'm not doing this. But guess what happens when money is low on your regular job? You might feel that trauma again. And you might get tempted to go do something. At these points, you got to remember what caused me to say, I'm not going to do that no more. Right? Watch what Jacob did. Jacob got to do the same thing. Watch this. This is Genesis chapter 35, verse 1.
And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments.
Look at the standard. You see how he set a standard? But notice what happened before that. The Most High God said, read it again. Watch what he did. Because the Most High God is slick. He know what he's doing. Watch what he said.
God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when you fled from the face of thy brother Esau.
When your butt was running scared of Esau. So at this point, he's already, you know what I'm saying? If we go back, chapter 33, I think it is. In chapter 33, Esau, he thought he was about to face Esau. Right? And Esau messing around. He came up and he was like, oh no, it's all love. But he sent them all types of gifts, all types of stuff. We'll read it. But listen, he was scared of Esau. The Most High God is reminding him, you remember when you set up that altar? When your brother was running from Esau? He said, why do we set up altars? Why do we set up these things? Yeah, also to give a peace off. What's another reason we do it? It's a reminder. That reminds me how I felt. I was terrified. I thought it was over. I didn't think I was going to make it. I told the Most High God, if you keep me in the way and you give me food and you give me clothes, man, we good. Jacob might forget that after he done got all this wealth from Laban. He come up with all this cattle. He got all these kids. My man is on top now. He might have forgot that just a little while ago, you was running scared from your brother. So the Most High God reminded, he say, hey, you remember, you know what I'm saying, where, you know what I'm saying, you was, you know what I'm saying, Bethel, where I gave you that dream? Remember when you were scared of your brother, when you running your little scary brother, running from your brother? Yeah, go back there. So immediately that triggered something in him. He said, you know what? That's right. And then he turned around to everybody that was with him. What did he say to him?
And Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments.
Put away the strange gods. Be clean. Ain't no come as you are. He said, be clean and change your darn clothes. He's setting a standard. He said, if you with me, this is the standard. This is what has to happen. Because other than that, you will be unstable. You saw his wife. His wife took the image and she hid it. He's telling her right now, she got away with it there. He said, look, everybody who got one, get rid of it. Get your butt clean and change your darn clothes. We about to go to Bethel. What's Bethel? House of God. Well, I'm going to sit here and let a Christian tell me, come as you are. That's not what the book say. Come as you are makes sense when you want to get as many people as you want. When your focus is gain, come as you are makes a ton of sense. When your focus is what the book say is no. When you come, your mindset has to be, I'm coming to be clean. I'm coming with respect. Tell me at what point, anywhere, the Most High God said, come as you are. You get your butt stoned trying to walk up on the darn temple. Trying to walk up in the tabernacle. You better sit your darn butt down, wash some darn water. Wait until darn evening. Ain't that what he said? He said, your butt better wait until evening. Don't just wash. Now take a darn bath with your dirty butt and wait until evening. Because a new cycle got to start. You ain't even clean. Two things got to happen. You got to be content and you got to be godly. That means you got to be clean and you got to wait until the cycle start again. Keep going. Let's see what else we got.
Let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make thee an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears.
Look, they gave him the earrings. They gave him the strange gods. They gave him everything. What up?
Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother.
So now he made himself a reminder. That's what we have to do for ourselves. I was thinking, I've been getting the itch lately. Getting that little itch to want to rap. You know what I'm saying? Some of these boys, some of these beats, I was like, you know what I would have did to that in my day? But I always talk myself out of it because it's just like, you know who be trying to get me? It's Daniel. Daniel will send me a beat. He is like, oh, bro, you would kill this one. And so I always give him a couple. I just, you know what I'm saying, just write a couple bars real quick and I just post it on the page. I don't actually rap it. I just post it on the page. And then he be hyping me up. He be like, oh, that was fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, yeah, I still got it, boy. What you mean? So I always talk myself out of it, right? But one thing I think about is I say, man, I wonder what my dad was doing when he was 13. What he was doing when he was 20. What he was doing when he was 38. Right? I wonder what my mom was doing. I wonder what her mindset was. I wonder what challenge she had. And we can all retell the story. But it's different when it just happened. And I'm scared of things. Like, we be having hindsight when we look back. When we look back, we done already figured it out. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, no, I had to go through that so I could get to where you know, that's the type of stuff we have. I don't want that version. I want the version of, what? And then I want to see how, oh, you thought that. And then you came through it and you forgot that you thought that. I don't want to forget what I thought anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking, because I don't want to write it different. You know what I'm saying? Like writing it different. I think I'm gonna just start recording my whole life for my boys. You know what I'm saying? They could just my whole life. I'm just gonna make a rhyme out of my entire life. And then they get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's recorded. I'm gonna just start recording the stuff that's going on in life and what I'm thinking at that moment. And as my thoughts change, they'll see it. Right? But I think we should do that because that's what our fathers did. They wrote this stuff down. They chronicled their lives. right? Just so we can read back and go back to it and be like, oh, we kept genealogy, so we know this was your father, this was your father. They stole that from us. We don't do it no more. But that was our tradition. We made sure we remembered. And what that helps us with is we don't have to be like this all the time. We can look back and say, I know how I felt at that moment when I was scared and terrified. So this is not the first time I've been scared and terrified. I've been here before. And God saw me through every time. Man, let me build this altar. Let me keep going. That's what the Most High God just did for him. Watch how scared he was of Esau. This is what was it, 33? I love reading it. because we all go through it. We all be in the middle of a situation. What the kids say, the sitch. We be in the middle of a situation and we be looking like, I don't know how this is about to work out. I just don't know. I can't see how this is going to play out. Terrified. Thinking you about to get fired. Think about just all this different stuff. Just nervous and terrified. Stomach hurting because you don't know how, you can't see past what's happening in front of you. And you're not supposed to see past it. We're going to get to it when we get to Moses. Most High God, you have to understand, the Most High God intentionally puts us in these situations because it's intended for us to say, I really don't know, God. I'm just going to do what you say and see how it play out. That's the intentions of God, is to make sure that we say, I don't have to, I can, it's one thing when you can obey, when you can see the play. Most High God gave you all the information, you can see the play. That's valuable too. But it's a whole different animal when you have no idea and it look like God is telling you to walk off a cliff. When the man tell you, that's all right, go ahead and step out in the water. That's crazy. Now imagine him doing that and you can't see him walking on the water. That's the type of stuff that we're living in right now. When Peter was told, step out into the water, he could at least see Yahuah was walking on the water. That's still crazy, right? Imagine not being able to see Yahuah and him saying, step out into the water. That's how the world is constructed today. We don't see the miracles. We don't see the healing. We don't see all the stuff. And we still got to believe in a world of people that don't believe and it look like they got success. We got to walk on water with no example other than what's written, right? But no visual example. But it's necessary. Watch how this boy look. Jacob? It's what I want. It's Genesis 33, I think. Verse 1.
And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men.
No. This is Genesis 32. It's Genesis 32, verse 1. But you see, Esau popped up with 400 of them things.
And Jacob went on his way.
And let him live. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he popped up. Look, the Bible is not explicit about this, but I think Esau came to kill him. I do. I think Esau came. Why you come with 400 of them boys? Off of nothing. It ain't like he invited Esau. Esau just heard he was coming. Oh, he coming back here? In my mind, Esau said, hey, load up. I got something for this boy. He thought he can get away with. I wasn't gonna go way out there for him. He thought he can get. He lucky I didn't go after him. I'm gonna catch his butt on the way home. Because remember, I ain't got a map, but he coming from way up north. Jacob is coming from way up north. Esau is down in Edom, which is way down south. And then they met. I think they met in Maghreb, right? If I think it's Maghreb. If they met there, they met right in the middle of Israel. Right? So they kind of, that's me. So they kind of going like this to meet each other. So he heard he was coming from up top. Esau coming 400 deep.
That's cool.
Somebody calling?
Oh, just making sure one day.
He heard somebody told him that he coming. So he trying to meet him in the middle. And that's exactly what happened. Watch this. This is Genesis 32, verse 1.
And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw him, he said, this is God's host. And he called the name of that place Mahanaim. Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, Thus shall you speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with
Oh, he
Laban and
did tell him.
stayed
My
there,
fault. He did tell him. Keep going.
until now. And I have oxen and donkeys, flocks and men servants and women servants. And I have sent to tell my lord that I may find grace in thy sight. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We come to thy brother Esau also, and he comes to meet thee, and 400 men with him. And Jacob was greatly
Why he
afraid and
bring 400?
distressed.
Tell me why he bringing 400. I'm just telling you my personal thought. When I read this, I think he was about to kill that boy. I think he about to take his darn head off. Esau was about to kill that boy. He said, "Oh, you coming? You got the nerve to tell me you coming? Oh. Hey, load up. No, it's time. Load up. No, load up, bro. I'll tell you on the way." You know what I'm saying? They loaded up, and that boy on the way with it. Keep going. Watch this.
And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels into 2 bands.
Into 2 what?
Bands.
What that remind us of? Jacob. What's his name? What name did he end up being given? That means the camp of Israel got divided into 2 bands. That's the north and the south. That's Israel and Judah. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
And he said, If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, Yahuah which said unto me, Return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee.
Right? He said, he's looking at God, and this how you supposed to pray. He said, listen, God, you said out of your own mouth, you would do well with me if I return to my country. I'm trying to return to my country, and my brother is coming with 400 of them boys. And you know them boys is killing. So he reminded God, like, all right, you told me to do that. I'm going to do it now. You told me you were going to deal well with me. It's not feeling that way right now. 400 of them boys coming. Why would he even tell Jacob 400 to come? Because he wants you to know, be ready, boy. I'm about to get your butt. Keep going. Watch this.
I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant.
Right.
For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me and the mother with the children.
Mm-hmm.
And thou saidest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. And he lodged there that same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother, 200 she goats, and 20 he goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams, 30 milk camels with their colts, 40 kine, and 10 bulls, 20 she donkeys, and 10 foals.
Jump on down to verse I don't know, verse 20, verse 20. What verse 20 say?
And say, moreover, behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us, for he said, I will appease him with the present that goes before me, and afterward I will see his face, peradventure he will accept of me.
Right? So he's sending gifts to him, droves of gifts. Here, take this. So he's sending people ahead of him, and just to calm him down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here, take these gifts. Take these gifts. Take these gifts. Because Esau coming with 400 is coming from judgment. This whole thing testified to Messiah. We ain't even got it. Ain't even enough time to get into it, right? This whole thing testified to Messiah. He's sending gifts as a man is coming to judge. And then he show up with 400 of them things to kill. And then Esau actually forgives. Right? He actually forgives him. And then tells him, don't worry, you know what I'm saying? Some of my men, you know what I'm saying? If you won't, they'll escort you. And Jacob was like, nah, it's all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we good. You know what I'm saying? We all right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's all right. He's like, I don't trust your dudes, man. I don't know. Them boys are killers. Right? Keep going. This is give me verse 25, maybe.
And
I want to show y'all something else.
When he saw that he prevailed not against him.
Oh, wait, hold on. Go back to the beginning of that. What's that?
And Jacob was left alone, 24.
This is verse 24.
And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh.
Right? So, look, there's a man wrestling with Jacob. Now, when the man saw that Jacob out-wrestled, you know what I'm saying? He getting down with him. This is an angel, right? It's the Most High God wrestling with him, right? So he said he wrestling with him, he getting down with him. But when he saw, that boy Jacob got a little strength. You know what I'm saying? That boy Jacob like, hold on now. Hold on, what you mean? And then put him on the ground. Then This is what the man did. Watch this.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him.
Right? He knocked his whole, he just touched him. It don't say he punched him. It don't say he just touched him like, he's like, oh, boy got a little strength. He touched their thigh, and Jacob was like, oh, whoa, that whole thing just came apart. What you think that was? Grab John 18 for me.
You can't break his leg.
Give me John chapter 18. Give me verse 1. It's John 18, verse 1. I'm going to show y'all what this was. Whole book testify, y'all sure.
Yeah. How did he didn't break his leg?
In the interest of time, not verse 1. Give me verse like 5. This is John chapter 18. Give me like verse 5.
They answered him, Yahuah of Nazareth. And Yahuah said unto them, I am he. And Judah also, which betrayed him, stood with him. And soon as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground.
He said, what? They did what now?
They went backward and fell to the ground.
He said, look, they came to get Yahuah. They like, hey, where he at? You're like, man, it's me. Them boys like, okay, well, we coming to get him. And when they came to get him, all of them just fell back. Watch what he say after that.
Then asked he them again, whom seek ye? And they said, Yahuah of Nazareth. And Yahuah answered, I have told you that I am he.
He said, I just told you it's me.
If therefore
why y'all falling all over yourself? Why you telling? Why you think Yahuah did that?
You let them know, like you can't take me if I didn't want you to.
You can't win unless I want you to win, boys. Y'all think y'all can get me? You can't win unless I want you to win. That's the same thing that the angel did to Jacob. Jacob wrestling with that boy. Jacob like, man, he got a little strength. You know what I'm saying? The boy's like, oh, okay. Touch that thigh just to let him know, boy, I'll break your butt. I'll break you apart if you can't beat me unless I want you to. So he had to let him know. Otherwise, when you prevail, you might get to thinking, I deserve this. And that's when your mind get warped. If you got a thought process of, I deserve this, I need this, I'm supposed to have this, that's when you get obsessed with gain, because you constantly trying to get what you think you deserve. Most High God got to show you is, I could break your darn thigh anytime I want. You won the wrestling match, boy. At any point in this situation, I could touch any joint in your body and you would be disabled messing with me. But I'm going to let you have it. Go back. Watch what he said. This is 32 verse. I don't know what. Genesis 32, probably verse like 26, 25. It's Genesis 32 verse 25. Watch what the book say.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And
he said, let me go before the what?
Before the day breaketh.
Don't you remember when they went to go see Yahuah? What time of day was it? It was dawn? It's close. Don't make me have to get it now. Who remembers? Wasn't it right before the dawning of the day? It was before the daybreak.
Yeah, it was sleepy. It was sleeping. Yahuah was telling his disciples, what, you can't stay up for like
No.
hour?
I'm talking about when Yahuah rose from the dead. They went up. They went early on the first day.
They rolled the stone.
You know what I'm saying? Early on the first day. And it was before the day broke. That's why he just told him. He is like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let me go before the day break. Watch this. Keep going.
And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, thy name shall be no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed.
Right? That's when he gave him the name Israel, when he was waiting for Esau to come. In the next chapter, he came to him, and Esau, you know what I'm saying? Esau, he had a little mercy on him. You know what I'm saying? Forgave him, you know what I'm saying? Hugged him. Everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? He let him live a little bit. But that only happens if he stays content. If he started looking at gain and start talking about and thinking about what he deserved, that's different. Another person we read about was Joseph. You don't think Joseph thought he deserved something? Think about it. Joseph, when Joseph came into the world, he came from the wife that Jacob loved. And Jacob and the son of Jacob's old age. You know how to last the babies? They be getting spoiled. They do. The babies be getting spoiled. You get them babies, they get whatever they want. They don't have to deal with none of the stuff. So that's how Joseph was. Joseph, little spoiled butt. And then Joseph was a snitch. Joseph came up, and his dad was like, he told on all his brothers. The book said he gave him an evil report. So he came and he told on his brother. That's what it mean when he said evil report. He came and was like, they was over there doing such and such, this, that, and the other. So Jacob liked that. Jacob looking like, all right, man, here, take this little coat with all these colors. Take this coat. Then after that, he starts sicking Joseph on the brothers. You remember the book told us Joseph's brothers, they was all out in
some city they was hanging out.
I think they was in Dothan. Yeah. I think that's right. I think it was Dothan. And then he was like, Jacob told us, he's like, go down there and go make sure them boys are still in Dothan and doing what they supposed to do. So he was a snitch. That was his role. That's why we be kind of having their head that like the brothers just hated him just because they're jealous of him. And they did envy him. The book said they did envy him. But it wasn't just that. I mean, he was also a little annoying, right? So he came. He's 17 years old. He came just jumping around. Have you seen my brothers? Right? And then the old man told him, he's like, now your brothers, they went to this other town. You know he gonna tell it. You know he gonna tell it. So they see him afar. Book said they saw him afar off. And they look like, oh, you know we in trouble.
Yeah, this dreamer.
You know what I'm saying?
Dreamer.
You know we in trouble. Because the book say, I saw him afar off. We not even in the city we supposed to be in. We out here trying to, you know what I mean? Like, goodness gracious. This boy, now he can look at him. And you know he don't, because Joseph is so good-hearted. He don't even know he's snitching. He just think he's doing what he's supposed to do. So Joseph just coming, looking for my brother. So they see him, his little bobbling head. They see him a mile away, like, there go Joseph, bro. Again? Bro, man, come on, bro. I think. And that's when they start plotting. Because they look like, knock his butt out, bro. I'm telling you, I think we should leave that boy up and see what happens. All right, man, hold on. Don't kill him, though. Yo, don't kill him. But
Reuben was the one.
Man,
Reuben was like,
Reuben,
chill.
Reuben is unstable himself, right? So Reuben know he can't get away with this because he know his daddy. He know his daddy crazy. So he looking like, man, we can't get away with that. But I know these boys is crazy too, so I'm not just gonna tell them, no, don't do nothing. I'm gonna let these boys think they gonna get it. Reuben plan was he dump him in there. He gonna sneak back in night, grab my boy up and go. That's your plan. But the book just told us in Proverbs, a man plans something, but the Most High God is the one to see it through. So then he get dumped in there, and then all of a sudden, it's like somebody come, the other one sell him, he gone. Reuben like, what happened? This is not what we talked about, right? But think about that. You don't think that Joseph felt like he deserved. The man had a dream. Joseph had a dream as a kid that all his brothers is going to bow down to him. You don't think that he looked at himself and said, man, I deserve. What you mean? I know I'm going to be the man. All that happened to him. He get put as the grab Genesis 30, 35. Yeah, give me Genesis 35. It can't be 35 though, right?
It's 45, I think.
It can't be 45 either.
Which part? What you trying to see? Where he?
Give me 39.
Where he became the king? Where he became the ruler?
No, not the ruler. When he was in there with homeboy wife. This is Genesis 39. Give me Genesis 39. Give me verse 1. Watch this. I just want y'all to see his mindset. I want y'all to see how differently this goes. If his mindset is, I'm going to run this thing one day. I had a dream. My dad always thought the world of me. My brother's jealous. I'm better than them. I'm this, I'm that. If his mind was thinking more, if his mind was thinking gain, I want you to tell me how you think this would have gone if that was his mindset. Watch this. This is Genesis chapter 39, verse 1.
And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hand of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down there.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuah was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian.
Watch this.
And his master saw that Yahuah was with him, and that Yahuah made all that he did to prosper in his hand.
Watch this.
And Joseph found grace in his sight and served him, and he made him overseer over his house and all that he had to put into his hand. Overseer over all his house.
Look, this guy made him overseer of everything in this house. Watch what he say next, though. This is the shocking part.
And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that Yahuah blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake.
Okay.
And the blessing of Yahuah was upon all that he had in the house and in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand.
Watch
He knew not aught he had save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored.
He trusted Joseph so much. He don't even know what he owns. I haven't even had to think about none of my stuff since Joseph took over. That's how much I trust him. He don't even check behind. He don't even go to him and be like, did you count them right? He did. Look, you got it, bro. Just, can you bring me my food? The only thing he know is what he ate that day. I know I got bread because I got bread right in front of me and I'm eating. I don't know what's in store. I don't know, but I know my man's is taking care of. If Joseph's brain was on gang, more, do you think he wouldn't look at his wife like, man, I really run this house. I deserve her. You don't think that would have been his mindset? That whole situation goes different. When people got that mindset, that's how they get into them situations of adultery and all these messed up situations. Because their mind is thinking, man, I deserve it. I can have whoever I want. I'm the one. This man don't do. Tell me that's not what a normal person would be thinking. You don't even do nothing. I run your whole house. I run your whole house. You don't even do nothing. There is no servant in all of Egypt who run the whole house of an official. You walk around, get all this praise. The Pharaoh talk to you and all that. I don't get no praise. I run your whole house. What you mean? Of course I'm gonna have your wife. She want me. Watch this. Keep going.
And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and
she
said,
I'm poor one too. I ran for her, but too. But she wanted to force that. Lie with him. She ain't even got no game. Girls don't be having no game though. Shit. Lie with me. You know what I'm saying? You tell she probably do this with all types of dudes. You know? Lie with me. Watch what she said.
But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he has committed all that he has into my hand. There is none greater in his house than I, neither has he kept back anything from me but you, because you are his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?
You see how he reminds himself to make himself stable. These are all of the reasons why I can't do it. With all that being true, how can I sin against God? How can I do that? That don't make sense. I have a standard. I can't be unstable. I can't be all over the place. I have a standard, and it don't move just because someone come up lie with me. Watch what you say.
And it came to pass as she spake to Joseph day by day that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her.
I mean, this wasn't the first offense. He just kept doing it. Right? Bothering that boy. Right? Keep going.
And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. Mm-hmm. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me.
When they say do his business, he was poop. Right? He went in the house, he was trying to take a little poop. So he, you know what I'm saying? He took off his garment, take a little poop. Then what happened? Watch this.
And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. And it came to pass when she saw that
he got out of there so quick, he left the garment in her hand. Right? So he got out of that. Left the darn garment. Because he had to go. Who do you think this is talking about? Joseph, who was the son of the father, who got thrown into a pit, right? Got sold for some silver, just like Judas did to Yahuah, right? And then when he got up and got into a better situation, he left his garment. Grab me John chapter 20. This John chapter 20. Give me verse 1. Actually, for the interest of time, give me verse 1. This is John chapter 20. Give me verse 1. Who else left their garment?
The dude when they came to take Yahuah, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
My man
He
dipped
ran
out.
out.
That boy dipped out.
That's right. I forgot about him. Yeah, he left his garment too. Who else? I was thinking about somebody else.
I think I don't think it was David.
Yahuah left it. Yep, for sure. Yahuah left it. You nailed that one. Who else? There's one more person. At least one more person. I'm thinking. Let's read this. We're about to read how Yahuah left his. This is John chapter 20.
The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre.
Mm-hmm.
Then she runneth and cometh to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Yahuah loved, and said unto them, They have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him.
Watch this.
Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple, and came to the sepulchre. And they ran both together, and the other disciple did outrun Peter, and came first to the sepulchre.
Mm-hmm.
He, stooping down and looking in, saw the linen clothes.
He saw what now?
Saw the linen clothes lying, yet went he not in.
Right? He saw his clothes. That means Yahuah left his garment. The other person I was thinking of was Elijah. Remember Elijah got called up and he left his mantle. And so Elisha picked up the mantle and he ended up striking the water and it split. Right? That's the other one that left his garment. But you see, the whole book testified Yahuah. That's because Joseph had a standard. Joseph was looking at it like, no, I can't just do anything. And you see that carry out. That's not the end. It carry out throughout his whole life. I'm going to uphold a standard. It don't matter how my brothers tease me. It don't matter how I get thrown in a hole. It don't matter how I don't get credit for running this man's house. It don't matter how I'm in a jail. My man didn't even remember the dream that I helped him out with. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it. Listen, it don't matter when I'm running Egypt and everything is all under my control in all of Egypt. It doesn't matter that my brothers are in front of me and they ain't even thinking about me. They just counted me for dead. Ain't nobody come look for me. They know they sold me. And ain't nobody come look for me. Ain't nobody trying to figure it out. They just assume I'm dead. That don't matter. It doesn't change the way I move. He's a little petty now. But it don't change how I move. Right? It don't change how I'm doing I still have a standard to keep. And I'm still gonna hold hold him accountable. But I'm still gonna forgive him. If you look at Joseph's life, he didn't focus on gain. He didn't focus on more. But look what the Most High God kept elevating them. It kept pushing them up to places that he never even thought. He wasn't asking for none of that. He was cool going through the field with a little bobblehead. We're my brothers. That's all that was good enough for him. Because he had food. And he had clothes. And after that, what's wrong with your eye, boy? You better take that stuff somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You better go. Take that stuff in your darn boy. What you trying to say? Something in my mama? I'll stop a darn hole in your eye. Don't hit your eye. This is give me what I want. Why you didn't bring that down? Give me Psalm 37. Yahuah would tell us. He says, "Seek ye first the kingdom." And he gonna add the rest of it to us.
Yeah, this one
Right?
This one hit hard when we first started reading.
What, Psalm 37?
Yeah, years ago. I remember this like in 2013. This one hit me hard.
You know, another scripture son is well, where he say last start every way. You know, that whole kind of represents that too, like getting off under the skin that get out of the trap.
Yeah, that's right. This is Psalm 37 verse 1.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
That's right.
For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and
Right.
wither as the green herb.
Jealous of these people just because they got more and all that stuff. Don't let your mind focus on that stuff. Right? He said they're gonna soon, and a lot of these people are wicked. They're gonna soon be cut down. Keep going.
Trust in Yahuah and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in Yahuah, and he shall give. Delight thyself in Yahuah, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
And listen, that's how it works. If you make Yahuah your delight, you make him your focus. Look, I'm focused on this and this only. That's when you get the desires of your heart. He know what's in your heart. Sometimes our heart got to catch up to him. Right? We have to focus on the man, and after that, he'll be able to grab 1 Kings chapter 3. Watch this. It's 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 1. First Kings chapter 3, verse 5.
Which chapter?
Chapter 3, might be chapter 2.
It's 3.
This 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 5.
In Gibeon, Yahuah appeared unto Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, Ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth, and in righteousness, and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or to come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased Yahuah that Solomon had asked this thing.
Watch this.
And God said unto him, Because you have asked this thing, and has not asked for thyself long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor have asked the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy word. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches,
given thee that which thou hast not asked, which is what?
both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days.
He gave him the desires of his heart. Most High God knew what he wanted. But he aligned himself to say, I'm going to focus on Yah. I'm focused on you. How do you want me to run this people? I need wisdom and understanding. It takes wisdom and understanding to even ask that question. I'm going to make what you are concerned about my focus. You didn't talk to me about riches. You didn't talk to me about my enemy. You talked to me about serving my people. So I'm going to make that my priority. He came to him and say, listen, man, just give me what I need. Look, my daddy was great. I know it. Give me what I need to be able to run it the way my daddy did it so I can keep going where he got. Let me just focus on that. We'll get to the rest later. Y'all looked down like, I'm gonna get you what you didn't ask for. Right? I know what's going on in there. I know what you want. I'm gonna get you what you didn't ask for too. Because you prioritize what I want over what you want. It'll happen. He get elevated. Same way that Joseph got elevated. Same way that Yahushua got elevated. You will be elevated by the Most High God exactly where he wants. And not everybody going to get elevated to the same place. You might get elevated, but it don't matter. Just prioritize what the Most High God. I'm not trying to say you serve God, everybody get rich. That's not true. What I'm saying is you serve God and get what you get. He'll put you where you're supposed to be. This is James. This is James. This is James chapter 1. This is what we see. Like, these are examples for us of what it looks like when you put God first. When you have a standard and your standard is from God. Not from like your imagination. Not from like, hey, I mean, I be cussing, but I don't cuss at my kids. That's over the line. I mean, I might cuss in front of my kids, but I don't call them out their names. That's over the line. You create your own arbitrary line of what's acceptable and what's not. That's not stable. Because guess what's going to happen as soon as you get mad enough to cuss directly at your kids and call them out their name? I mean, I did it, but I don't be doing it all the time. It's only because of, okay, now that's a new line you just drew. And you just going to keep drawing a line and say, I'm good as long as I'm on the left side of this line. Well, no, you made the line. And you keep remaking the line anytime you cross the line. That's unstable. If this is what your life looks like when you draw your own lines. You're not in the same place. You just constantly moving. When the Most High God draw the line and you adhere to it, now you're stable. Everybody know exactly where to find you. Everybody know exactly what your behavior. Everybody can predict how you gonna do. That's why at my job they know I don't even want him on my darn team because he gonna tell it. Because I'm like Joseph. Where are my managers? You know what I'm saying? Hey, they're not where they're supposed to be. Because that's what it is. I don't want nothing to do with you on my team. But guess what? The people who got the same vision, they gonna say, I need him on my team. And that's not, I don't have to beg to be on the top team. I'm gonna be on the worst team in the department. When I started in my group, this is the worst team in the department. Don't nobody, not that we was losing, but the worst reputation. Now guess what? The bank awarded us the first department to work on AI projects. Now everybody's like, oh really? What are you guys into? You guys are this. Now we the most popular thing ever. It took 12 years, but guess what? The Most High God elevated. These people know when you serve the Most High God, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. These people ain't darn crazy. They don't want me in some of them rooms though. He gonna tell it. They don't want me in some of these darn rooms. Where we at?
James.
This is James chapter 1. Give me verse I don't know, probably 5. It's James chapter 1, verse 5.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that gives to all men liberally and upbraideth not, as it shall be given him.
When they say upbraideth not, that's talking about like chastise. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High God, like, why you ask me? Yeah, sometimes I used to ask my mom, I'll be like, Mom, you know what I'm saying? Can I? You know how you be in the store. You know what I'm saying? You be in the store, and she tell you. You know what I'm saying? She fair now. She tell you. She say, when we get in there, don't ask for nothing. When she do nothing, it's not like a regular. It's like, don't ask for nothing. Like her lip go up. Don't ask for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you know when that lip gets to doing that, you be like, no, don't ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't even ask. Then you get in the store and it's right there talking to you. That darn Sprite. You know what I'm saying? Darn Sprite just be sitting there and because you little and you right next to the thing. So it's right there. You know they put it there on purpose. So you look over and you try not to even look at it. You look, Sprite. Just ask. She'll let you have it. She's probably gonna get one herself. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama used to get the Sprite. She'd get the Sprite and crack that thing. She'd drink it right in the line. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And then hold it, it's half drink. She'd hold it, scan it, and then give it back. And she'd drink the rest of it right there in the line. I was like, okay, she probably won't. I'm kind of doing her a favor by it. And then you act. And guess what she do after that? She upbraided. You know what I'm saying? That's what that word means. She upbraided. Before we got this dog, go get behind the car. And you're sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I tried it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes she might say yes. You never know, but sometimes you gotta ask. The Most High God saying, when you ask for wisdom, Most High God to upgrade your butt too. You know what I'm saying? But look, when you ask for wisdom, he said that's something I'm not gonna upgrade you about. I ain't gonna chastise you about that. Right? Keep going, watch this.
But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth.
He said what? Let him ask him what?
Faith.
When you have faith, faith is the substance of what?
Things hoped for.
And the evidence of things
not seen.
So that means my works are the evidence of what?
My faith.
And then my faith is based off of What I hear, and my hearing has to be based off of what?
The word of God.
So now my works have to be tied to the word. That's the only way this thing works, right? I have to be able, my faith has to be evident. It's the evidence that something you don't see. I'll show you my faith what?
By my word.
The only way you see my faith is by my words. The only way I have faith is by the word. Right? That means I have a what? Standard. I'm not wavering about the standard. Don't change. Just because I'm mad today, you think the standard changed? No. So he's telling you, ask in faith. In other words, ask by the standard. Then, what else? Not what?
Nothing wavering. For
Okay.
he that wavers is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
You ever been on the sea? Even a small sea like a lake. You know what I'm saying? You go, and that thing go like this. Boat just rocking. Do it feel stable? Who ever been in a boat? Your butt get darn sick because it don't feel stable. You feel like, ooh, I'm not really on no. You on dry ground, it's stable, solid, ain't nothing moving. That's the earthquake. You get on the boat, it's like, ooh, you can feel it. I remember, baby, you remember where we go? Florida. We got in that little thing, and we both started feeling sick. Had to sit. He had to sit underneath the. Oh, no, you talking about the jet ski? No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about what we had. Where we had? We had to get the fans. It was blowing. Where was that? Wherever it was a little submarine thing, and they had to have all these fans because you get motion sick, and so the fans kind of help you with it. And at first, I was like, that sounds stupid. I was like, turn that fan this way. So I'm just blowing in my darn face like this. Oh my goodness, I'm about to throw up. And I hate throwing up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened because it's not stable. You just kind of floating around and moving around. And that's what he's trying to tell you. He's like, man, a person that's not stable, that's what they like. You just moving around. Make God sick. Right? Keep going.
But let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
Why in the world, if your brain is focused on more, and you're not stable, you don't have a standard, why do you think you should expect anything from the Most High God? That's not how you get it. You get it by being content, right? Focusing, and he said, godliness and content. That is how you get great gain. That's what Paul told us, right? And Timothy. That is how you focus, not being unstable and greedy. Grab grab Genesis. I'm about to show you now how being unstable takes you down, right? A lot of times we look at a lot of these people and we see what they put on Instagram, we see what they put on Facebook, we see all this stuff. In our limited view of their life, we get to imagine in our brain that, think of, oh, how can they afford to go on a vacation every other week? We don't know the compromises they make. We don't know the holes they digging themselves into. We don't know the guilt they feel. We don't know none of the stuff that they deal with. All we know is what we're shown. We only know what we taught about. That's why the book says, do not envy these people. You run your own race. You focus on what the Most High God put in front of you, and you keep the standard. This is Genesis 49. It's Genesis 49. Give me verse 1 actually.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last
He
days.
said, last days. Watch this. Look, he talked about the last days for just about everybody. Not the first three. Watch this.
Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn.
Hey, Reuben, you my firstborn. You my boy now. Watch this.
My might and the beginning of my strength. The excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Unstable as water.
Well, he said he's what now?
Unstable as water.
Who just told us that?
James.
You think James just making this stuff up? You think he just came up with it out of nowhere? No, James know the scripture. He know what happened. Why would you expect to get anything from the Most High God when you unstable as darn water? Watch. Let's see what Reuben got from God as a blessing.
Thou shalt not excel.
You will not excel because you are unstable as water. That don't even make sense. Who told us how to excel? Paul in Timothy. He just told us, be content and be godly. That is the recipe for great gain. That's how you excel. However, if you unstable as water, it's the opposite. You will not excel. Keep going. Watch this. Let's see here why he won't excel.
Because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defiled thou it. He went up to my couch.
So what happened is he slept with Bilhah, right? So you remember Jacob had two wives. He had Leah, and he also had Rachel. So Rachel ended up getting a maidservant. Her name was Bilhah. And then Leah also got a male maidservant. Her name was Zilpah, right? So Leah had her first son. His name was Reuben. Reuben ended up getting with Bilhah, which was his dad's wife, right? One of his dad's wives. So his dad ended up having 4 wives. He got with one of his dad's wives, which is kind of like his stepmom. You know what I'm saying? So he looking at Jacob is looking like Jacob heard about it. The book say Jacob heard about it. So somebody told Jacob that he did the do. And Jacob looking at it like, what? This is crazy. So because of that, he's like, well, you don't have a standard. You just do whatever you want to do. You don't have a standard. You don't have a backbone. Because a man with a backbone who hear his brothers about to take one of his other brothers and try to kill him, do you think he say, just don't kill him, just throw him in the pit? No, if you got a backbone, you say, man, y'all crazy. I'm about to go tell my dad, y'all crazy doing this foolish. When you go along with foolishness because you scared, you know what's right, but you scared, man, you unstable. You don't go along with no darn foolishness. And Jacob knew that about his son. He's like, man, look, you powerful. And dignity. Huh? Unstable. Yeah, that's unstable. Right? This is keep going.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Mm-hmm.
O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall.
He said, I don't want the honor united with them. Because they were angry and they killed people. Watch this, keep going.
Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel.
When you are angry, do you think you're stable? You are unstable. He telling them, I don't even want y'all united because y'all, in my honor, because y'all are unstable. Watch this. Keep going.
I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in
Israel. He said, I'm
Israel.
going to do what now?
Divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
They but going to be scattered. That's the blessing that they got. They supposed to be getting blessed, and they ended up with a curse. His first 3 sons ended up with a curse. That's how it fell down to Judah to get the scepter. The Messiah might have come out of the tribe of Reuben had it not been for this. So it fell down. The Messiah might have came out of the tribe of Reuben. But then Reuben slept with his mama, or slept with his stepmom. Then after that, then it fall down to Simeon. And all of a sudden, Simeon and Levi, they go kill a whole village of people. Right? So now, the next son is Judah. And the next thing we read, we don't have to get it, but the next we read is Judah going to have a scepter. He going to rule over all his brothers. Right? Because it falls down the chain. Because you will not excel. Jacob didn't like none of this foolishness. Read real quick. We'll finish off with this. This Genesis 34. We got to look at it real quick. I want to show y'all something. Jacob didn't like this foolishness, this stuff that they was doing. That's right. That's from that.
They redeemed.
Well, there's another. Yeah. See, the Most High God, we talked about it kind of last week, how like the good and the bad get passed down, right? So we're going to talk about it in detail. But to answer your question, yes, the Levites got split. You didn't offer it to me. they got to be split in Israel. So the Levites, because when Moses came down and Moses was like, they just made these idols, all of them doing that. Who gonna ride with me? The only ones that said we gonna ride was the Levites. So now the Most High God balances. Okay, well, you did good now here, so I'm gonna reward you for that. And that's how they became priests. But also, you got to be split. So even though you priest, you can't get no territory. You got to share everybody else's territory. So that way he keep both sides of it. He keep the curse and he keep the blessing. And that's how meticulous the Most High God is. Is if you got something bad, it's gonna stick. But he'll also make it, you know what I'm saying, he'll flip it to something good. But in the end, he's gonna be true in everything that he said. This is Genesis 34. Let's read through this real quick. It's Genesis 34, verse 1. This is where Simeon and Levi, man, they came in there and they killed all these boys. Watch this. Keep going. Genesis 34, verse 1.
And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, and the daughter of Jacob.
He took her, he lay with her, and he what? He defiled her. Keep going. Watch this. I just want y'all to pay attention to all these key points.
And his soul claved unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spake kindly to the damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Give me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with them. And the sons of Jacob came out into the field, and when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which ought not to be done.
You ain't supposed to defile her. That ought not to be done.
And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. I pray you, give her to wife, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters to us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you, and dwell and trade you therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, Because he has defiled Dinah their sister, they said unto him, We cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. But in this we will consent unto you. If you will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised, then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters unto us, and we will dwell with you, and you will become one people. And we will become one people. But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father.
He was what?
More honorable than all the house of his father.
He was more honorable than all the house of his father. He delayed not to do everything that they said. He was going to follow everything that they commanded him to do. Guess what he was going to do? All of it. Watch this. Keep going.
And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceable with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein for the land. Behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised.
He went back and told all his people exactly as it's written. Right? Keep going.
Shall not their cattle and their substance, and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and to Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of the city. And every male was circumcised, and all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day.
On the what day?
The third day.
On the third day. I don't know what that means. Keep going.
When they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came up upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep and their oxen and their donkeys, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, And all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives took they captive and spoiled even all that was in their house.
So they killed him. They killed Shechem. They did it on the third day. Right? This is Shechem who did everything that was commanded of him. You know what I'm saying? They told him, look, they told him what you need to do. And Shechem did everything that he commanded of him. We think we're reading about Shechem. We're reading about Yahuah. Who do you think Dinah was? Grab Ezekiel for me real quick. Ezekiel chapter 9. Book say, matter of fact, before that, book say, give me Hebrews 1. This is Hebrews chapter 1. Then we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 9. This is Hebrews chapter 1. Give me verse 1.
God, who at sundry times in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, has in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he has appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world. Who being the brightness of his glory, and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels.
Being made so much what?
Better than the angels, as he has by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they.
That means he is more honorable than all his father's house. Just like Shechem. Watch this. Grab Ezekiel chapter 9. I'll show y'all what Dinah was. It's Ezekiel chapter 9. Give me about verse. We can start verse 1. It's Ezekiel chapter 9.
He cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge of the city to draw near, every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, and with a writer's inkhorn by his side, and went in, and stood beside the brazen altar. The glory of the God of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahuah said unto him, go through the midst of the city,
midst of the city, and do what?
In the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Okay.
And to the others he said in my hearing, go after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Begin where?
At my sanctuary.
Watch what he said.
Then began at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto them, defile the house.
He said unto them, do what now?
Defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain.
What do you think happened to Dinah? She was the house. The Most High God, first thing he did is he defiled the house. He sent Gentiles to defile our house. Right? And after that, he sent the son that was most honorable, who gonna do everything that was commanded of him. Just for him to be betrayed by the people of Israel by guile. We think we're reading about Shechem. We think we're reading about Joseph. We think we're reading about Esau. Whole book testify, Yahuah. The whole book testify his work and what he came to do. And how we might believe in him. Because he gives us the path to gain. If you are stable, if you focus, if you look at it one way, if you don't change the standard, then he'll give you the gain, the desires that's in your own heart. We look for fulfillment. We look for approval. We look for validation. We look for all these different things external from the Most High God. We need to make sure that we find our peace, our delight directly in God. That's when the situation with your sports team, where's the R? Your sports team changes. That's when your knee feel better. That's when your job works out better. That's when everything starts to come together and you don't even expect it. It's just a focus. And listen, the man is always going to take you to the brink. Expect that. Just know he going to take you to the brink. He going to take you right up against the edge where the water is. And he going to put the Egyptians right behind you. And they all going to be coming. And you're going to look and say, there's nowhere to go. And at any point, while he was telling Moses the whole play of all these things that could have happened, at any point he could have told him, you're going to leave Egypt and you're going to run up against some water. And then I'm going to open the sea. He could have told Moses that, but he didn't. He let Moses get all the way out there. The people freaked out. And they said, Moses, why did you bring us? We could have died there. And Moses started freaking out too, like, I don't know, God, why you bring us out there? Most High God said, relax, calm down. Told the staff out there. Told him like he was supposed to know what to do. That is like, no, that is our life. That's what he does. Same thing he did to Job. We about to read it. What do you think happened to Job? Job none the darn wiser. Job is just like Joseph. Praying for my kids. Right? He none the darn wiser. A righteous man ain't do nothing wrong. And boom, boom, it happened to him. And he don't know what's going on. There's no way to avoid it. That has to happen. That has to happen because now Job, sometimes you can look at the stuff that's happening to you and say, I didn't do nothing wrong. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is, there's something else I didn't see. There's something I didn't see. Look, Abimelech, he got woke up out of a dream to the Most High God telling him, you're everything except dead. The only thing I've yet to do to you is kill you. Most High God introduced himself to him with a threat. Now, Abimelech could have looked at that and said, I didn't do nothing wrong. But guess what the Most High God said to him? I did it so that you wouldn't do nothing. Sometimes our interaction with the Most High God, sometimes the stuff that's happening to us is not necessarily because we did, even though a lot of us did do a whole lot wrong. It's not necessarily because of what we already did. Sometimes it's preparing us for that next thing so that we don't mess up. And we have to go through it. There's no way for Job to avoid that. He passed every test he is supposed to pass. Okay, here's the big one. There's no way for Moses to avoid that. He passed every test he is supposed to pass. Okay, here's the big one.
And then that bad king, a natural king with Abraham, when he said, like, the integrity of my heart I did this year. Mm-hmm. He said, that's why I'm telling you. The reason why I'm telling you. That's right. That's the reason I'm telling you. I didn't want you to sin against me. That's why I'm telling you. Any questions? All right, let's pray out.